just hopping on here to say that you can have a wonderful marriage. You can have a man of God, specifically tailor made for you, live a happy life, have a wonderful family. If you have children, you can have everything that God says that you can have. And you don't have to get divorced. You don't have to be arguing every day. You
Mm.
can literally be married to your best friend and look forward to little events like I do with my husband, just watching TV, eating chocolates, or just spending quality time together doing anything. You can be happy. I'll be married 14 years this year. I've been in
Mm.
love with my husband for over, now I'm like 20.
Congratulations to her and him. Yeah, I just want to say that. I don't want to forget to say it.
I'm almost lost count, but we were teenagers when we met, so over
Wow.
22 years. He just bought me an omelet out to eat because I was just out here resting and reading and spending time with God. So don't get caught up in drama of other people. I'm here to
Mm-hmm.
tell you, you can have a beautiful, beautiful marriage.
And I agree. I agree. It's so easy to get caught up in these conversations, and I try to do my best here to push back against um, just the wave of unhealthy conversations and hopeless ideologies that we hear so much of, you know. And I try my best to push back and to make sure you guys understand that there's hope. There's something beautiful and hopeful about God's design for marriage between a man and a woman, and then adding children to that. There's something splendid about it because God designed it, and it's possible. Yeah, there you can end up getting married, right, and have issues in your relationship, but it's also possible to be very happy, have a very wholesome, respectful, um, healthy marriage. It depends on the individuals, the man and the woman who's going into it, how they're approaching it. Is it sacred to you? Is God involved? As you heard her say, she was out, spending time with God and reading, and her husband brought her omelet. So it sounds like there's this intentionality to keep God at the forefront of their lives as individuals, and then their lives as a family, as a whole. And when that's the case, you know, you have a good chance of having a healthy and wholesome marriage. Not perfect, healthy and wholesome. Let's hear what this older couple has to say after being together for 40 years. Let me get this video going. Let's hear what they have to say. 40 years of black love. Okay.
Whatever he wants, I try my best to provide it. If it's a meal, not a problem. If he wants just to take a ride, I'm there to do that. If he wants just conversation, I say, let's go. If it's a boring night, I say, let's make a picnic in the bed with a blanket and a picnic sandwich. Bottom line is he's my one, and we keep it live for each other.
Exactly. You got to do it for one another. And, I noticed that the two ladies who talked about their marriage talked about it in a way of like, you could just tell there was this wholesomeness about it. How they talked about marriage, how they talked about their husbands, this wholesomeness about it, this agreeableness. And there was a softness, even in their delivery of it. And a lot of times when I'm listening to men and I'm listening to women talk about marriage, it's a lot of fear mongering. It's a lot of hostility towards the opposite gender. It's a lot of created scenarios in the mind, and I'm not better than anybody else. I actually have admitted that, there's some things that I wrestle with in terms of marriage, and one of them it's really mostly failing, like feeling like I fail at loving and providing and serving my wife to the degree that she deserves. And no one who regards marriage for what it's supposed to be should be just going into it thinking that they can do whatever. You shouldn't be. And I've taken a lot of time. I've talked to my mentors. I've talked to some brothers in the faith and just community about it, and even female friends. And it's really a scenario I've created in my head, and I've been working through that to make sure I don't allow that to control me. Because fear can also, a lot of times, is created scenarios. And, if you see like your family or your friends go through certain things, that can affect you in a certain way too. But for the most part, you got to do the work. And I've been doing work, I've been praying, I think they go hand in hand. Practical work and resources, along with prayer and acknowledging God and asking Him for help. Those two things go hand in hand. But most importantly, you can have a happy marriage. That's what I'm here to say. A happy, wholesome, healthy marriage. Stop taking your talking points and your thinking points and creating a foundation from people online who don't have community, who don't have God, who don't have the proper view of the person of the opposite sex. These people are always going to tell you things that's unbecoming about marriage, unless it benefits them. Whenever you hear people talk, they're always talking about what they got out of and what they didn't get out of. Those aren't the type of people you want to hear from. When they talk about men do this and women do that, those aren't the type of people you want to hear from. You want to hear from wholesome people who call you higher to say, hey, this is possible. Then you have to ask yourself, are you in the space to really have a healthy marriage? You know what I'm saying? Because you have to be there too. Even if your spouse is there, if you're not there, there's going to be challenges because the two have to become one. So it's a lot to talk about, but I wanted to bring this in because this, to me, isn't necessarily the healthy, like this is an extreme perspective, but I wanted to throw this in there too because I think some people think they have healthy marriages and viewpoints, and then sometimes they really don't. And they end up saying stuff like this. Let me play it.
Would you stay if your husband cheated on you?
My husband is such a man of God that if that were to happen, I would know that I did something wrong to cause that to happen because he is so close to God that there would be no room for that to happen. Again, that goes back to the accountability thing where it's like, oh yeah, he just ran out and cheated on me for no reason. I understand that does happen in a very small case of scenarios, but a lot of times there was something broken in the marriage for that to go and happen.
Listen, I say this all the time on this channel. A broken clock is right 2 times a day, So I hear what she's trying to say, but man or woman, there's no excuse to step outside of your marriage. There are things that can happen that can be understanding, but it's not okay. And I don't think she said it was okay, but she said some things that was concerning. Like her husband is so close to God, something would have happened. Listen, sis, nobody can have fire in their bosom and not be burned. I don't care how close your husband is to God. I don't care how close you are to God. In a situation to where, you're being tempted, it doesn't matter how close you are to God. The Bible says no one can hold fire in their bosom and not be burned. I've learned this from experience, not marital experience, but relationship experience. If temptation comes, you got to be like Joseph. You got to flee. You got to run away because you can't play with that or you will get caught up. But you can have a healthy and wholesome marriage without infidelity, without all the chaos and the arguing. But 2 people have to love God. They have to love each other. They have to serve each other. And they have to have a community around them that supports what they're striving for. You can't just be going out here and thinking like, oh, I'm gonna figure it out as we go. No, you have to be proactive. You need support. You need counsel. You need just healthy check-ins, dating, and it's a lot of things, but it's worth it. It's worth it. And you can have it. That's what I want to leave with you. Like you can have it regardless of how dark it is in our world and all the things that we're hearing people say, the frameworks that they're living by. If you desire marriage, you have hope. Because God designed it, and you can be found by a husband, a man, or as a man, you can find a wife, and together y'all can strive with God at the center and have a healthy marriage. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Connect with the brand online at www.there'shopebrand.com. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next video. I'm laughing because I'm still thinking about what that lady said. Her husband's so close to God.